Welcome to Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Small town with a population of about 4,500 and a surprisingly rich history. Did you know Mark Twain's grandparents once lived here? So did Karl Probst, the genius who designed the Jeep back in 1940. Even John McCausland, the last Confederate general, called this place his final home. But today, Point Pleasant is famous for something much, much stranger. As you drive into town, you're greeted by a massive 12-foot-tall statue that's impossible to miss. It's a striking figure with huge wings and glowing red eyes. This is the Mothman, the legendary creature that put this town on the map for paranormal enthusiasts worldwide. The story begins in November 1966. 5 men were digging a grave in a local cemetery when they saw something truly bizarre. They described seeing a figure fly from the trees over their heads. Just a few days later, another report surfaced, this time describing a large flying man with 10-foot wings and terrifying glowing red eyes. Then, a young couple, terrified, reported to the sheriff that a winged creature had chased their car as they drove home. Suddenly, the sheriff's office was flooded with calls. Reports poured in from all over, including from 2 volunteer firemen who also claimed to have seen it. Over 200 sightings were reported in the Point Pleasant area alone, and the descriptions were all eerily similar. A large, winged humanoid with hypnotic, glowing red eyes. But the story takes a dark turn. Just over a year after the first sighting, on December 15, 1967, tragedy struck. The Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, suddenly collapsed during rush hour traffic. 46 people lost their lives in the disaster. Many locals believe the Mothman was a harbinger of this doom, a dark omen appearing before the catastrophe. This pattern wasn't unique to Point Pleasant. Years later, in 1999, sightings of a similar creature were reported in Moscow, right before a series of devastating apartment building explosions. It seems that wherever the Mothman appears, disaster often follows. But is this just a local legend? Not at all. The Mothman phenomenon has gone global. Reports of a creature matching the exact same description have come in from the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and even Ireland. It's one thing for a story to take hold in a small community, but how do you explain identical sightings from multiple countries, decades apart? Of course, just like Bigfoot, UFOs, and aliens, the Mothman is often dismissed by mainstream science. The sightings are frequently written off as misidentified birds, like a sandhill crane or a great horned owl, or simply hoaxes. Critics point out that many of the original sightings came from the Ohio Valley, a region sometimes stereotyped as being home to superstitious and uneducated people. They argue that it's all just mass hysteria or a collective flight of fancy. But can we really dismiss all of it so easily? We're talking about hundreds of reports from credible witnesses, police officers, firemen, and ordinary citizens with nothing to gain from fabricating such a wild story. They weren't seeking fame or fortune. Many were reluctant to even speak about their experiences for fear of ridicule. When you consider the sheer number of sightings, the consistency of the descriptions across different cultures and continents, and the unsettling connection to major disasters, you have to wonder, is the Mothman just a folktale, a product of overactive imaginations, or is it something more? A real, unexplained creature that appears as a warning before tragedy strikes. The mystery of the Mothman continues to haunt us. A chilling reminder that there are some things in this world that science may never be able to explain. What do you think? Is the Mothman real, or is it just a modern myth? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into the unknown, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries. See you next time.